done waiting. They are ready for some football here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. Today, an exciting battle in the NFC. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And away we go at the link. Xavier Gibson now to return. A pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by the newly minted Super Bowl champion, now in his 6th season, Jalen Hurts.
He just missed that Super Bowl a couple years ago, but Hurts and those Eagles, they got it last year, Kate. And remember, he was the MVP in that win. And kind of like he was all season. He's just a stabilizing force. He makes people around him better. He's a Super Bowl champ to boot.
They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Hurts on first down. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
And they get this down to the 28. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
19 more yards. That's another Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
All set now. First and 10. A tight end in motion now. First and 10. He keeps it on the option. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Byron Murphy there to make the play.
He was taken down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Short pass brought in. And that short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Barkley. And the early aggressiveness is answered. They went for it on their opening series, and the defense stops them. That's a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And bringing them out, one of the NFL's best stories as of late, a former 3rd overall pick, Brock, who has revitalized his NFL career, Sam Darnold.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. but in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Throwing is Darnold on 3rd down. He puts some air under it deep down the left. And oh, he drops the deep shot. A big play to start the game, but it slips through incomplete. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, Sam headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping him off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting him even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
4th down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. His work begins at the 31, and he's brought down before the return gets far. Now for the 2nd time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. They liked how that drive was going, but the ND and the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Blast through midfield. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he is finally sent out of bounds, but not until he gets it all the way down to the red zone. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that 2nd level.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Completed left side to Smith. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. Elliott connects there. And that'll mark their first appearance in our scoring summary today.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. So Seattle retakes the field for their 2nd series. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. This is ahead for about 5. It's Reed Blankenship making the stop.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Running with Walker again. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, but did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Throw here, 3rd down. Ooh, put some air under this one, right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going, and that incompletion won't help.
So another punt coming up. Michael Dixon back out there. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They've got an early 3-0 lead as they take over here. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Motion man right is Smith. He's got room to roam.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 32-yard line.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, a run with Barkley. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That's another Eagles 1st down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. Catch made. And he will wind up out of bounds after a 1st down gain of right around 3 yards.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They go play action. Here's Hurts. It's caught with Saquon Barkley. And this one doesn't go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he just get the play off. Brought in. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. So that connection for a 1st will bring us to the end of the 1st. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Gonna go with Barkley on the counter. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Hurts. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Eagles make it a 9-point advantage. If there's an argument for continuing to rely on a fullback, Brock, it is plays just like that that remind us. They're pretty good at barreling in for touchdowns when they're given the chance.
And you know the greatest fullback name ever? Maybe you need to name your son Sam Gash. Because that dude, when I think fullback, I think Sam Gash just gashing people for touchdowns.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game.
Eagles 10, Seahawks nothing.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fields this one at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23. Throwing here, Darnold. Here's a screen now for Walker. He's going to be brought down right at the 35. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
They're set up at the 35 now. Now Darnold out to play action. Throw left side, caught by Shaheed. Short gain in the end to about the 36-yard line. Cooper to Jean with the stop.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And again, it's Darnold. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Send everybody deep. I know he wants to wait and stretch the field and use his arm. Trouble is, you wait too long, you end up on your back.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line, third down. Third and long for him here. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down.
Well, we call that protection lookout. Like the O-line yelling back at the quarterback, look out! Because they have no answer right now with back-to-back sacks by the defense. They've got this crew offensively guessing.
Seahawks bring it out the punt team. Michael Dixon will kick it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Now here he goes. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
The positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards. Didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They send him left out of the slot. Hurts looking to throw. Completed to his running back. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or dude shredding a defense just like that.
Motion man right is Smith. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down by Reek Woolen.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Hurts setting up to throw. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That's another Eagles first down. First down and 10 yards to go.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Eagles with a chance to add to their lead. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. They go with Barkley here. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. The Seahawks calling for a timeout, so they're 1st and 3. as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Here's Hurts. And he's just going to hook this one into about row C there. And some lucky fan and hauling a heck of a souvenir. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
On third down, it's Hurts. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
A 26-yard attempt.
Connects there, and their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When he saw the field, it's going to be second down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket. But then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. On 2nd and 10 now. Darnold hits his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Got a gun. Here's Darnold. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. But it does force a 4th down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Michael Dixon on the punt. And they could really use a good one here. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Ball at the 33 for first down. Hurts now from the gun. Throw right side, caught by Goddard. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing here, Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You train a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Hurts yet again. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate the update, as always. And welcome back, everyone. Third quarter about to get underway. Got a 2-score ball game here as we resume play. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Seattle offense who's going to be out there first. And after that opposing score, Brock, they find themselves taking over, down 16. 1st and 10, Darnold. Into the hands of Smith and Jigba over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Walker off his own read. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
First down, Seattle.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in mind, double digits, and they nearly got it there.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. From the gun, Darnold. Hauled in by Arroyo on the right side. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They gain 14 on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Walker on first down. He gets him inside the 40. That's a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
At the Eagles' 33-yard line.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. They'll go with Walker on the counter. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
7th play of the drive, offense facing 3rd and 3. Staying with Walker. He stopped just before he can move those chains. That brings up 4th and short. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. All right, looks like this is the moment they're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on fourth. Running back sent in motion left. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Play fake, Darnold. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Elijah Arroyo, the target on that throw. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
2nd and 10, Darnold. Jump off caught by his back. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
On 3rd down, Walker. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Mike McDonald with his eyes glued to this field, his offense lining up for 2.
The Seahawks will line up for the 2-point.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he gets into the end zone. That is exactly why they went for 2 right there, Brock. It's back down to a 1-possession game.
Seahawks 8.
Well, I hear you say it all the time, partner. It comes back to that word trust, and they trusted in their offense to go get those 2 points, make this a 1-score game. They do their job. Now one big play can change the entire outlook of this game for them.
Yeah, now it becomes about complementary football. As you said, the offense did their job. Now defense, can you not just get a stop? Can you get a turnover? Maybe take it to the house yourself. Either way, that conversion puts them 1 snap away from a totally different ball game.
The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. That lead already smaller than it was at the break, Brock, and they're going to face a little pressure now on this opening series. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the pistol, Hurts. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check down outlet on short throws.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's good for the Eagles. First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Offense to the line for second down. Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
It's a screen to Barkley. And the hit is made, so they bent to the competition, but they didn't break, Brock, as they force this fourth down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Fourth down, he calls his own number on the option. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on fourth down.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
They run it with Saquon. Jukes away from one. Has a lane inside the 25. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Hurts on first down. That pass complete to Goddard. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Breaking the huddle, here's first and goal. Gonna run with Barkley. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles lead by 14. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles lead by 15 now.
23. Seahawks 8.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Seahawks start headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a Walker run, and he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. It's a design boot. He's got the hook up to Arroyo. And they'll have a small gain up to about the 32. And on the stop, had that incredible breakout season last year was Zach Bond.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Walker trying to run for the 1st. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. So we're through 3 here. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Darnold to throw. Cox, Cooper Kupp makes the play. And he nearly gets him another 1st down as they force him out just shy of the marker.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
This is Walker on 2nd. He's got it in the red zone. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. And the Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
I love these misdirection runs. You use that defense's speed and aggressiveness against them. It is really, when you put this play in the playbook and you call it, you want to see that defense overreact, and then you cut them in half with the misdirection.
From the red zone now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Running for it, it's Walker. And he takes this one in for a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Now a point after to bring it back within 1 score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th.
Makes the score Eagles 23, Seahawks 15.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Bigsby with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Powering his way forward a bit, give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. He's got Smith again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. And again, here's Hurts. Hits him on the end route. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Hurts on 3rd and 2. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, a run with Barkley. Escapes a defender. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
First down, and they go right back to it. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
And an Eagles first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Hurts now from the gun. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Completed left side to Smith. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles lead by 15 now.
30. Seahawks 15.
Elliott all set for the kickoff.
For Philadelphia.
His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Seahawks start headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Offense to the line. Again, trips right to start out. Now Darnold off the play action. This is brought in. Big gain for Smith-Njigba. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
That's good for a Seahawks first down.
Why in the heck do you need 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from first down to first down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
And what a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Here's Darnold, first and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
From the gun, Darnold. Hits him on the out route. And he's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid third down.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Running back sent in motion. Throwing is Darnold on third down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's really one of the only things this offense couldn't afford to see happen, Brock. It's fourth and long.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Oof, best of luck here, guys. It's fourth and pretty far. Desperation time here. He's got Smith-Njigba for the catch. And he is down to the 30-yard line. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on fourth down.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
First and 10, Darnold. Short pass brought in. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Rolling on first, here's Darnold. Dumped off to his running back. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Complete to Kenneth Walker. A loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the Eagles' 21-yard line.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Seahawks facing a 15-point deficit. All right, here we go, second down. And again, it's Darnold. Finds the in route complete. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Looking inside the red zone. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
No change to the call on the field. That play's going to remain a touchdown. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the fourth.
Makes the score Eagles 30, Seahawks 22.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Bigsby with the return. Going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. They need at least one first down to officially close this game out. That defense still has all its timeouts, and we know those can throw a wrinkle into things. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. Well, he came down a little awkwardly after making that tackle. Looks like he's in some discomfort now. We're going to have medical head out to check on him. They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Running left, this is Barkley. Cuts back toward the middle, and he's bottled up quickly after just a yard. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They're going to pass it here. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd down, Seahawks with 6 defensive backs out there. Back to throw it. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. I'm going to say he brought it in out of bounds. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30. The Seahawk offense taking the field now. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. First call here coming from the shotgun. Man in motion, out of the slot. He'll look to throw it. The throw left side, caught by Smith and Jigba. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
To number 11, Jackson Smith and Jigba. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. Here he is to throw. Downfield, that finds Shaheed. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. They get 22 on that one. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
This one's caught. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it sets up Seattle with first down. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.